Thanks, guys. Yeah, it's an incredibly busy weekend with women's basketball, men's basketball, and volleyball all at home this weekend. But before we move on to this weekend, Iowa volleyball took on Penn State last night, who currently holds the #1 ranking in the country. Taylor Van Fleet is standing by in Carver Hawkeye Arena to tell us more. Taylor?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, the Hawkeyes faced #1 ranked Penn State here inside Carver last night, and the Nittany Lions proved why they are the best team in the country. The match only went 3 sets as Penn State got off to a hot start and never cooled off. They dominated the first set by a score of 25-10, and the Hawks were able to get a little something going in the second set, but it was not enough as they fell in that one 25-17. And in the third and final set, things weren't a whole lot different. Penn State had all the momentum from the first serve, and they took that set easily by a score of 25-10.
Tonight, our team did not give great effort, and when you play the #1 team, if you don't give your best effort, you're going to get beat.
I think this is one of those matches that we just have to forget and move on and know that it's never going to happen again, and try to figure out why it happened and know that we have to give more on our side of the net.
We cannot take a night off in the Big Ten, and you can't take a night off when you're playing the best team in the country. And so probably a tough lesson learned for our program and our young ladies in a lot of ways, but we just don't have much time to lick our wounds. We really got to turn it back around and compete hard on Saturday.
Coach Szymanski and the team really emphasized how much they just need to shake this off and prepare for Ohio State on Saturday and get the much-needed win. Guys, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Taylor. The game against Ohio State is also senior night for the volleyball team and will be their last home game of the season. So this is an extremely important game, and getting the men win would mean a lot coming off that really tough loss to Penn State. But moving to wrestling, the Iowa wrestling team will start their season this Saturday at Luther College for the Luther Open. But before they head up to Decorah, head coach Tom Brands held a press conference to address a bigger issue in wrestling, a change of culture in the program.
No, I'm not worried about what's going on out there. I'm not worried about it. And it's like, you don't really care. One thing about Brands, he doesn't care what people think about him. Well, you know what? I do care what people think about me now, because they're using it against us. You know, we don't have any funds. We're robots. Hey, we're having a blast, man. We're having a blast.
I mean, I'm here. I'm having a blast. It's not like I'm just here in a grind and going to work every day. No, it's fun. Like, we're having fun here, and I made the best decision that I could have ever made in my life, like going to Iowa. I mean, who wouldn't want to come here? You got Tom, Terry, Morningstar. You got the Hawkeye Wrestling Club. We got everyone. Perry's here. We got Spencer Lee, the true freshman. All the people coming in. I mean, we got a lot of people, camaraderie. That's just it's a family here.
I feel like the guys on the team really are just a good group of guys. I mean, that's one thing that really brought me here. Everyone says that they're robots, they have no fun, that kind of, that was kind of what I was hearing in my recruiting process. And from what I've, since I've been here, it's nothing like that. This is a family, and everyone here treats each other like family.
So I know, like, coming here I was going to get better, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm having a blast. I love wrestling here, so it's awesome. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Hopefully some of that freshman support can give the Hawks a head start on the recruiting trail. The women's basketball team kicks off their season tomorrow as well, and it will not be an easy season opener as their first opponent made it to the NCAA Sweet 16 last year. Delaney Parker has more.
The Iowa women's basketball team will open up their 2017 season this weekend right here at Carver Hawkeye Arena with the Hawkeye Challenge.
I think it's going to be important. They're obviously going to be the best team we've faced so far, and I think it's just going to be important to stay true to our values and stay true to playing ourselves. They like to go at a super fast pace, and sometimes we get caught up in that pace, and then we get going too fast. But when we dial it back and play our game the way that we know how to play it, it works to our advantage for sure.
I always like to have a tough schedule at the beginning to prepare us for the Big Ten season, so we're really excited to test ourselves and hopefully get a few W's.
Just focus for a whole 40 minutes. I mean, obviously we don't have the numbers, we don't have the bodies. We just have to be focused, we have to be gritty, we have to be willing to do whatever it takes to go out there and get a W. Obviously, they're a really good team, made it to the Sweet 16 last year, so we just have to be willing to do whatever Coach Bluter tells us to do and just go out there and fight till the end.
Iowa will host former Sweet 16 Quinnipiac on Friday at 5 p.m. before playing the winner of ranked 16 Missouri and Western Kentucky. Reporting for Carver Hawkeye Arena, this is Delaney Parker, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
The Hawks will tip off tomorrow at 5 p.m. inside of Carver Hawkeye Arena. Men's basketball will open up their season this Friday against Chicago State. And our own Jacob Sinstad and Nicole Tomasic went to campus to see what students are thinking about this upcoming season.
Well, Nicole, it is chilly here on Iowa's campus. I broke out my coat. I usually don't do that till later November, but it's going to be nice and toasty inside Carver Hawkeye Arena when the Hawkeyes kick off their season later this week.
Yeah, Jacob, I know I'm super excited for the Hawkeyes to start their season. So let's see what other Hawkeye fans think of what success Iowa will bring this season.
4 Big Ten teams are ranked in the top 25 right now, but Iowa is not one of them. Are you a little worried about how it's going to shake out when they have to play conference opponents?
I guess we'll just have to wait and see how it goes throughout the season.
Yeah, I'd say that we're going to have to do really good and practice really hard for those teams.
They usually play pretty well against big opponents, especially at home. Should just look for the depth and hopefully power through.
How do you think the Hawks will do Friday come their game?
I'm sure they'll beat Chicago State. I mean, Chicago State's a really tiny school. I'm pretty sure Iowa can take care of them.
As long as they come out thinking they can win, I think they can win.
Yeah, of course.
Nicholas Bear, he hurt his pinky. He's out 3 to 4 weeks. He was shooting 40% from three-point range. How do you think the Hawks, what do you think they're going to have to do to overcome this at the beginning of the season?
I'll have to look towards the bench. Some of the younger players step in.
I suppose it would affect their initial gameplay negatively, but I understand that he'll still be practicing with the team and the team dynamics still ought to be there, so the team should still be strong.
Well, Jacob, the Hawkeye fans seem pretty hopeful for the upcoming basketball season.
That's right, Nicole. There's quite a buzz here on campus, and I can't blame them. The season's starting very soon. Reporting from the Penn Crest, I'm Jacob Senstead.
And I'm Nicole Tomasic, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
The men's game will tip off following the women's game on Friday against Chicago State, and the team will close out their weekend Sunday against Alabama State. Make sure to tune in tomorrow where Mary-Kate Harrion and Zach Mackey will break down Iowa football's matchup with number 6 Wisconsin this weekend. And tune into the Facebook page today when Mary-Kate will give us updates from Iowa Basketball's Media Day. Guys, back to you.